Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm a grade 11 student at Oak Bay High School in Victoria, BC. My interests include playing volleyball, traveling, and reading. In English class with Mr. Mackenzie, we've been reading and studying Macbeth, as well as learning about Shakespeare and his time. William Shakespeare is said to have been born in April of 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, Warwickshire, to John and Mary Shakespeare. He was the third born to a family of 8 children, but he was the oldest surviving child because his 2 older siblings did not live beyond infancy. As the son of a leading Stratford citizen, Shakespeare attended Stratford's grammar school until the age of 15. A few years after he left school, he married Anne Hathaway, and they had 3 children. In 1582, he became an established London actor and playwright. He was also a business partner in a major acting company known as Lord Chamberlain's Men. Over the years, he became more and more famous in the London theatre world. Even nowadays, Shakespeare is considered the greatest writer of the English language, despite the fact that he didn't even attend university. His parents and children were even illiterate. Shakespeare's work was inspired by 4 main sources: Holinshed's Chronicles of England, Scotland, and Ireland, Ovid's Metamorphoses, Plutarch's Lives of the Noble Grecians and Romans, and the Bible. His plays were performed at a theatre called the Globe, which was built in 1599 by Shakespeare's playing company, Lord Chamberlain's Men. Shakespeare's work remains timeless because of the communicative power of his language, the development of the printing press, and the fact that literacy is constantly increasing. This is a play with a main theme of contradiction and ambition, written between 1599 and 1606. In the very beginning of the story, Macbeth receives a prophecy from 3 witches claiming that he will be king someday. He tells his wife, who then urges him to kill the king, but Macbeth is conflicted because he wants to stay loyal to him. The passage below is when Macbeth has a hallucination of a dagger leading to the king's chamber, urging him to commit the crime. It is one of Shakespeare's most celebrated speeches. Is this the dagger which I see before me, the handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight, or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest, I see thee still. And on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, o'er the one half-world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarumed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch, thus with his stealthy pace. With Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabout, and take the present horror from the time, which now suits with it. Whilst I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. A bell rings. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell. This passage in the play is important because it is Macbeth's final moment of hesitation before murdering Duncan. His lust and greed begin to push him over the edge of insanity, which highlights the theme of ambition throughout the story. He doesn't know whether the dagger he sees is a fatal vision or a false creation of his heat-oppressed brain, which shows that he is recognizing his own insanity. He then tells himself to stop hesitating and to complete the deed. This soliloquy is a turning point in the play because it represents Macbeth's final battle with his conscience before choosing to move to the evil side. The story ends in tragedy when Lady Macbeth is driven insane by ambition and kills herself. Shortly after, Macbeth is killed by Macduff. The speech uses allusions to people and practices which conjure up images of satanic evil. However, Macbeth is still conflicted during his speech because later on he describes the blade of the dagger to be covered in blood, and he feels remorse even before having committed the crime. Macbeth's final decision is when he asks the earth to mute his steps so that no one, even himself, can hear what he's about to do.